it's that time once again. Time to get real. Now, Rosenberg.
We had this girl, Winter Ramos, up here the other day from Love and Hip Hop, New York.
My girl.
She wrote a book recently because she used to be Fab's assistant. She knew a lot of people in business. She worked for Cassidy, met a lot of guys, had some relationships with some.
Yep.
And she gave us some information in her book that I decided to do a very theatrical reading of. So this is a clip from her book, a piece from her book about Swizz Beatz from several years ago, I guess when he was married. When I heard that I would be heading to Arizona to meet Swizz.
Oh my God, can we not?
It's in the book.
Okay, go ahead.
When I heard that I would be heading to Arizona to meet Swizz, a sensual feeling came over me.
All over
This
her body.
escapade differed from the others. He and Mashonda were already in Arizona, and I'd be flying in as she was flying out.
Oh, shit.
When I first heard the sketchy details, a part of me knew it was wrong to go. Against my better judgment, I flew out anyway. By the time I landed and Swizz picked me up in a sky blue Aston Martin, I got hyped about our time together in the dry state. Oh, but I wouldn't be in a dry state for long. I'm just kidding. Yeah. I added that line. Sorry. Good. I'd never been to Arizona before and had tons of questions for Swizz, who, by the way, is an expert on Arizona. But his silence told me something shady was going on. His weird mannerisms gave me all the signs. I knew him well by then. We'd been messing around for roughly 2 months. So what's up? What are we doing? I asked eagerly. He still gave me that shady, up to no good look. Swizz, what's up? I asked him again. When his words finally flew from his lips, I wanted to punch him in the face. He actually said he didn't want to do anything while Mashonda's in the air. She hasn't called me yet, he uttered. And? I spat sarcastically. He didn't respond. He simply drove to the Sanctuary Hotel where he and Mashonda had a luxurious suite. Once inside, he still didn't say much while waiting for her to call. This is crazy.
This is absolutely
crazy. Her flight should have landed a while before we made it back into the room. It didn't, and soon Swizz began to panic. He thought Mashonda might have been slick enough to show up at the room to catch him with me. He began rubbing his head, pacing the floor and talking real crazy, dialing her number back to back. At that point, I'd become irritated with the start of my trip. The next thing I knew, he'd gotten another room across the hall and moved my stuff into that room. He was crafty like that, always staying ahead of the game when he cheated. We didn't even have sex while he waited for her to call. Mashonda had his mind gone, or maybe that was just a guilty conscience. Finally, hours later, she called. The conversation was brief. I remember him saying, "I'm about to go to the studio." Jeez. For the record, ladies, studio refers to another woman's vagina.
That was referring to the mall, though.
Oh, that was taking you to the mall to spend money on you. Even worse. They'd rather have you in the vagina, I'll be honest, than spending money on another woman at the mall. That's the worst thing you could do.
Does Shonda know about this?
He does now, boo, because guess what?
I mean, before.
I don't know her. So I don't.
You guys never met?
I think, at that, I wrote that in the book because I wanted people to understand that I made a lot of mistakes. And that, for me, was something that I feel like I absolutely should not have done.
The Cypher Sounds and Rosenberg Show.